You're out of your mind. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, everyone. We are live again this morning. It's a beautiful Wednesday. For Command Your Morning, Caryn is here. She can barely contain herself. She's out of control. This morning, I turned on my phone to a text message from Caryn dancing to that song. What is it like? What is that one?
I'm a savage.
How does it go? The
Classy,
one that
bougie, ratchet.
Wait, I have to find
Are you
it.
gonna play it?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Hold on. So I have to find it on Spotify. What's the song? It's the one on TikTok.
Savage.
Dancing.
Savage. Just Google
Savage.
it.
Yeah.
All morning was TikTok songs the whole way into work. It was amazing.
I can't log into Spotify right now because I don't know my Facebook password off the top of my head. So
right.
But anyway, everybody knows that song. So welcome to Command Your Morning. We're a few minutes late because Caryn was stuck in line at the Starbucks. But anyway, I guess she has priorities. So we're here and we're live and we are ready to go. I have some big news to share with everyone this morning.
You're pregnant.
No, I'm not pregnant. Neither is my wife. But my sister-in-law Ann's sister, Madeline, just had her baby girl last night. Yes, she's so cute and teeny like this. Her name's Liliana. She's a little baby. And so
That's a pretty name.
Liliana. Yeah, my wife's family is very Italian, and so is her husband, Dario. But I'm excited because I already have one niece, and then we have like 6 nephews. No, I have 8 nephews and one niece, and now we have a second niece, and her name's Liliana, and she's super adorbs. And I'm really happy for my sister-in-law, Madeline, who is amazing, and Dario.
Can I tell you this one time when I ruined someone's engagement?
Yeah.
So
sure. Let's talk about how I'm excited about my new niece, and you just want to talk about how you just screwed up someone's life, but it's just a Wednesday.
Well, it was a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday night, actually, when it happened. I was out to dinner with some team leaders. It was family reunion in New Orleans like 2 or 3 times ago. And this couple, and it was Valentine's Day. It's always around Valentine's Day. And I looked at this couple and I go, oh my God, are you two going to get engaged tonight?
Oh, you're the worst.
I didn't get it.
No, can I tell you something? So I had a friend of mine who was one of my best friends when I was dating Ann, and and he knew that I was gonna propose to Ann that night. And what did he do? He went and he told all his friends and all her friends. He's like, guess what? Nick's gonna propose tonight to Ann. And I go, dude, what if it didn't happen? Right? Like, what if the moment wasn't right? Like, you just basically screwed it up if the proposal didn't happen. And after that, I was never friends with him again because he didn't get it. And I'm like, you know what, dude? So that was 10 years ago. I was like,
that's been our theme though recently this week, is not getting it. You and I.
Not
about other people that just don't get it.
Yeah, I just think that's the story of my life.
Well, maybe it's not all of them. Maybe it's you.
But listen, I don't get a lot of things either, but you can't if I tell my best friend, hey, I'm gonna propose to Ann tonight, I got it all set up, right? And then he goes and tells all of her friends, oh, guess what? Nick's gonna propose tonight. And then what if it never happened, right? And then the next day, her friends are like, so she's like, so what? Let me see the ring. What ring? You know what I mean? You can't. That could have. I might not be sitting right here with you with my kids upstairs and my wife you know what I mean? You can't do that to people's lives.
Does Ann consider me like your backup wife at this point?
No, my wife loves you.
So, I love her.
For everyone to understand the relationship that I have with Caryn, she, my wife, the phone rings and I go. So
last night it was, hey, it's Caryn. I'm going to go downstairs to the basement to take this call.
Right. It's because my wife doesn't want to, but then I came back upstairs and put us on speaker and we had this phone conversation and Ann's just like, oh my God. But it's funny. So Caryn, I'm excited because I have a new niece. Her name's Liliana. She's a itty bitty baby. And of course now Ann wants another one, but we'll see where that goes. I told her that she can have another one, but I'm just not going to be involved at all whatsoever when the baby comes. No, I'm kidding. I would never. But what's new in your life? What do you got going on today?
Nothing. No, actually, I'm teaching a class virtually in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and then I'm getting on with KW Worldwide today on Connect Live, and then we have my all E2P business meeting, which I have awesome guests today, and then I have 3 meetings after that, and I don't know, Zooms. There we go.
I have a 12 o'clock Zoom call with Ashley Lunn.
She's one of my favorite human beings in the entire world.
Awesome. So I'm going to be talking to her, Marcus, and whoever else wants to jump on. I'll post the link later. And then at 4 o'clock, guess what? Smokey Garrett messaged me, asked, yeah, dude, like, he's like, can you come on and talk to Keller Mortgage about social media? I'm like, let me check my schedule. I'm like, I have nothing else going on.
Do you know what I love about Smokey? Is that his family, they're into cutting horses. Do you know what cutting horses are? They're the horses that go zigzag back and forth to pull one cattle, like one calf out to separate it out. If you guys can watch cutting on, because obviously my husband has rodeo.
I thought you said he was into cutting horses, and I'm like, that sounds really.
No, it's a sport. It's like it's the most athletic sport a horse can do. It's magnificent.
Smokey's awesome. And then when people like Smokey reach out to me to ask me that, I'm like, what? Like, Smokey wants me to teach him stuff. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like when people in our company reach out to you and they're at Smokey's level and you're like, what, really? Like this is, you're talking, you realize like, I don't know what I'm going to teach you, but that's what I love about our company is that like people like Smokey and Smokey's position, that just shows like how learning based they are. Right.
And
like,
humble.
Oh my gosh. It's like, it's kind of incredible. So like when I give a talk and there's like, a top 100 agent or company sitting in the back row taking notes. And I'm like, that is so cool that people at that level, will listen to really anybody if they feel that there's value, they feel like they're going to learn something. You know what I mean? I just think that that's so cool about Keller Williams. So.
All right, let's bring in our guest today. Cause I can read the accent.
Yeah. Let me bring on our guest. First of all, I just want to give her an introduction. I love our guest, because she's just so full of energy. And I told her that when I talk to her, she's just so fun and smart. And her accent also just is adorbs. Let's bring on Jessie Newquist, the TL of KW in Denton, Texas. What's up, Jessie?
Okay, wait, Jessie Newquist. Hey, Jessie, I can do an accent in Dallas too, real quick. Jessie, welcome to Keller Williams.
Close?
Jessie.
It's close.
Jessie, wait, she's going to do an impression for you. She's going to do an impression for you. You have to guess who it is. Go.
Okay, ready? You know this person. They're in your world, I think. Hey, Jessie Newquist, how you doing here? My name's Myra Oliver. Jessie, how you doing, girl? Girl, how you doing, Jessie?
Light yourself on fire, the world will come and watch you burn.
Oh, what you doing? How things going down there? Are you killing it? You doing a great job, Jessie. Way to go, girl. Go, girl.
I love you, Myra.
That's so good.
Yes.
She goes, oh my gosh, she goes, oh, she like Jessie's the TL of the KW Denton. She's like, oh my God, I can't wait to do my Myra Oliver impression for her.
Well, because I love McKissick's and I met Myra at Texas Realtor Leadership Program years ago, or Professional Standards or something. And it was across the room. She's like, hey, girl, you with Keller Williams over there? And I was in Amarillo, Texas. I was like, yeah, girl, I am. Yeah, girl. And that was it. It was like love forever.
It's perfect. That is her. She's an easy one.
So good. So Jessie,
you have such a team leader office. Look at her office is such a TL
First of all, can I just say yesterday she did a video in the Pivot group and it was all about having the perfect office for doing live streams. And it's like such a great background. Like I want you to take a picture of that and send it to me because I want that for my background.
It'll be mine too.
Oh, that would be
you
awesome.
Have the perfect office for like when I zoomed with Jessie the other day, I was like, is that your office?
Wait, Jessie, like Jessie, Doc. I can do it real quick, Doc.
Okay,
ready? I'll tell you when to go.
You're going to just take a picture of it?
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture.
But move the chair.
I got it. Okay.
One more thing.
Oh, one more thing?
Okay.
You can't see that.
No, you're good, girl. You're good.
Ooh, oh, yeah. Okay.
That. Ready?
Go.
Okay, hold on. Nick, it's coming.
You're making your background right
now. I got it.
We good?
Yep. God, I love her.
Awesome. Can I tell you guys something? What just happened to me?
She's just changing her background now.
I locked myself out of my office.
You did this morning?
Yeah. You guys started, and I went to print something really fast. No kidding. Shut my door. It was locked, and I go, okay, this would happen. This would happen. This is great.
Oh my goodness.
We're good.
Oh my goodness.
We figured it out.
All right, so here we go. Let's get started while Karen's like doing something completely not important. It didn't work, Karen. So just hang out and do it next time. We got to get to the nitty gritty. People are waiting.
So it sure did.
Oh my gosh, are you guys in the same office? Okay.
All right.
Come on. Listen.
Special. That is pretty special.
That's really awesome, Karen. Karen, I love your new office. It's perfect. You really listen. Yesterday when Jessie did that live stream about having the perfect office to do a live stream in, you took it one step too far. Okay, so Jessie's not at all concerned that you broke into her office and stole all her things.
Love it.
So let's talk about this. You're a new TL, but you're not new to leadership, right?
Right.
So you've been a TL for about 6 months. You said, and people tell her she has this baby tomato energy, right?
What does that mean?
I don't know if it's a Keller Williams thing or not, but I've heard it within the company several times. So baby tomato energy, it's just a newbie. It's just a sweet way of saying newbie, right? So I love it. I love it. Now I'm at the point where everything is new, everything is amazing, right? KW is a wellspring of information and growth, and so yeah, everything's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So she has this, and that's why, Jessie and I noticed Jessie several months back, probably a year or so, about 6 months ago. Maybe it was when you just started CL. She made this amazing video, and it was super fun. And I was like, this woman's energy is through the roof, and she's doing some really great stuff. And what you did before you were a TL, you were still in leadership. You had a tech role, right? Can you talk about that for a second?
I came into the company as what was my director of technology and talent and technology. That's right, because I wanted to recruit, and I'm techie, and I love that. Right when we were transitioning completely into command for like compliance, for an example. So I was brought on to help with the transition, and I loved the technology. I fell in love with the family reunion in 2019. And so came in to help with that and had a goal to get to here. So.
Yeah, no, I love it. And so you got the McKissicks in your office, which is no pressure at all.
I mean,
none.
Right? No. Here's what I'll say about them. They are the kindest, most generous, most humble, normal people in the entire universe. And it's by no coincidence that today's Profit Share Day and Jessie is on the call.
Yes. And Linda McKissick isn't just wandering the halls here, right? She's 7 levels. She's out playing, right?
You tell her to come in.
Wait, is Linda there?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, if she's not there and not on this call with you. No, right? I'm just kidding. This is about you. So you say that you're very systems oriented. Mm-hmm. So, talk about that, because you're an extrovert, right? But you're also very systems oriented.
Yeah.
And that's something that we don't normally see in a team leader.
Right.
Talk about how you make those two work together.
Well, so I'm a business builder. I've been joking with my husband for about 15 years now. Every once in a while, I'll fill out a pro forma, and he's a commercial lender, right? So I think my last business I applied for was I wanted to buy a food truck called the Waffle Wagon, and I put it together. We had a plan. He threw my application away, which I think that's against the rules, and we're totally kidding, right? But so creating businesses, love it. Financials, love that. I can read and dive into that stuff all day long, right? And how it can help people's businesses. And command, what we can do there, the pipeline especially, that's running your business on autopilot, right? And I could play with that all day long. So it's fun for me. I love the marketing piece of it, of course. I love talking to new people and telling them about Keller Williams and bringing them here, of course. And everything is a system to me, right? Like, I don't think I can take action without one.
Do you make I make a spreadsheet? I'm a high S also with a DI. I make a spreadsheet for everything. Are you like I pro forma everything out? What's your DISC profile?
So I'm a DIC.
Okay.
My C is a little bit almost equal with my D, a little bit higher, but lucky to have that D. Otherwise, I don't think that it would be a fit for me, right? I do have a t-shirt that says, hold on while I overthink this. I
Yeah.
do. And that's a little overthinking, and we can get over it. We'll get past that part. It's no problem. As long as I'm organized, I can take action.
What
You know
surprised
what,
you the
Jen?
most about being a team leader?
Say that one more time.
What has surprised you the most about being a team leader?
Well, I think, it being about 6, 7 months now, being recruited to the company, all of the awesome leaders that I've got to meet so far, like y'all have said, team leader, it is the most amazing role in the company. It is a stepping stone to whatever it is that you want.
Yep.
And it's the hardest job in the company. And I said, well, don't, you can quit telling me that, right? Like everything is still amazing. And I get it now. I didn't think that was going to be right. I doubted that a lot. And no, it's hard. It's tough.
Can I say that that's funny, because when I took the TL job, I had every disgruntled TL in the XTL. I don't know if XTLs are, but people who used to be TLs who had a bad experience. And they're like, oh my God, they're like, are you crazy? What are you doing? It's like the worst job in the world. It's so terrible. And by the way, and you want to know why they felt that? Because it's a really hard job. That's the only reason. And yes, it's a very hard job. And but at the same time, it's one of those positions where like it really does set you up. It really helps you work on your leadership skills. Helps you understand people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a position where, like, if you want to do anything else, whether it's in real estate or something else, any other industry, this is a position that you definitely need to look into. Mm-hmm. Right? Not everybody is cut out for it, right? Because and I remember this, my broker told me that my broker, who used to be a TL, she goes, Nick, I just want to say the funniest thing. She goes, I was at a family reunion one year, and Gary Keller comes out on stage at Mega Leadership, and the first thing he looks out in the audience, and he goes, oh, team leaders, everything's your fault.
Yes, it is.
And it's so true, even though it's not, right? But that's how it comes across. Like if something's going wrong, if an agent is failing, you're blamed.
Especially during a pandemic. I mean, it's quadrupled, right? So Jessie being in it 6 months, do you not feel like it's quadrupled? Everything is your fault.
And there were people that I definitely admired and went after in terms of like how I wanted to model myself, like Preston Murphy in Pensacola. I mean, the guy is a beast, and I took on a lot of his recruiting techniques in terms of inviting people to Mega Camp and Family Reunion. Caryn Prawl, she's okay, and other people like that, right? Who I would look up to. But I want to mention one thing, because you told me that you have a lot of respect for leaders and people who are growth minded and people who don't take themselves too seriously. And I feel like that's why you're talking to us right now.
You go through on the KPA, you go through the motivational interview, and Myra took me all the way through it. And the word that was circled over and over and over again, it honestly blew my mind, but it's fun. If I can't have fun, I quit. I can't, it should not be. It is a grind, and it takes grit. And if you don't have fun, it's not going to work.
Just get a tattoo at Family Reunion. Just do that.
Yeah. So when I saw you at Mega, you were only like 2 or 3 months in when you bumped into me on the vendor floor.
Yes, I was just August 1st. Yeah, was the day I started as TL. So I went to
you were a green tomato. Now you're a baby tomato.
Okay, good. Yeah, graduated.
I think she's a cherry tomato.
Yeah, she's a little teeny. Well, those are
sweet, and they're tart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I want, obviously on the show, we talk about your mornings. We want to know how you get your day started. At 7:30, she's in the office, right? At 7:30 where she is, 8:00 now, she's in the office. And you said to me that your morning starts the night before. What's that look like?
Yeah. So my form of meditation is really, it's kind of anti-meditation. So years ago, I learned lucid dreaming you've read a little bit about that, where you get to actually control what you dream about, and it's amazing.
Oh.
So instead of watching like in traditional meditation, when you're learning that, you kind of like think the thought and then watch it, drive away, sort of, right? So you try to empty your mind of all thoughts and control them in that way. And this is more like, I get to choose what I get to dream about. And you end up manifesting certain things that you picture. I can't do it all the time, but man, when I concentrate on it, it's amazing. And you wake up refreshed with a very, very clear picture of exactly what you want to do that day and what the result looks like, right? It's like, it's a superpower. It's a superpower. It's amazing.
I love.
Can you talk about how you do that?
Yeah. So there's different, well,
I'll tell you why, because I just want to go to sleep and I want to dream about flying. So how do I, like every night, I want to dream about flying?
The method, there's a ton of different methods, but the one that worked for me was, I called it the torture method, really.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right.
So the awesome like 5 seconds, like when you're about to fall asleep and you just start to actually drift off, that right there is when you have to wake yourself back up and just start thinking about the thing again. And for some people say it takes 1 time or 2 times, and for me it takes about 15. It would take about 15 minutes of falling asleep, right, and then wake up, Jessie. Nope, we're thinking about this, and it's painful. It's painful. It's like the worst part of people's mornings, usually, having to drag themselves out of a warm bed and hit the cold floor. It's like doing that to yourself over and over again until you get it. And I don't know, I can't explain what it feels like to get it. Then you get it, and it's amazing.
I'm going to research that.
I am too.
I don't really remember a lot of my dreams, but they say that you dream all night long. I just don't remember any of them. Is that strange?
Yeah.
No, but you can. I think most books I think I've read 2 books on it. One is a really old one called Our Dreaming Mind, and it is a discipline. You can teach yourself to do it.
Okay, so Our Dreaming Minds, for anybody who's listening, because we will talk in a few minutes about what you're reading. So Our Dreaming Minds is a book about lucid dreaming. Okay, that's
crazy.
Cool. That's cool. So first thing in the morning, you read the local news? Are you crazy?
No. So Denton, Texas is the biggest little town I've ever been in. Everybody knows everybody or is connected to everybody in some way. And so whether you love our local paper or you're usually against what our local paper has to say, we read the paper. Now online, digitally online. Right. But I'm like a little old woman. I read the obituaries and I want to know what happened, and bless you, Caryn, and who perhaps we need to reach out to, and that's first. But that's a connection to people that we have. That's a family thing. So I want to know what's going on. And just what's happening in town.
Well, okay, that makes sense. So you read the news of what's happening around you, and that also helps you. I would assume that there's some sort of strategy in there with recruiting, so you can have those conversations with people locally, right? Yeah. We're in a strange place where like the Chamber of Commerce is cool. Like it's kind of cool to hang out there. They have great mixers and great really great content for leadership. They have awesome leadership programs that they that they do once a year called Leadership Denton. It's amazing, awesome program. We'll do it one day when I can devote the time to it. But the connections that we have in our town and the way that we all serve our community is just different. It's at a higher level. Like it's cool to serve in Denton. So I love it. Got to stay in it. You have to stay connected in that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, what time do you wake up every morning?
5:10.
Oh, 10 after 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the alarm is set for 4:50, and I know that it does something bad to your body clock. Shouldn't snooze, and I do.
The snooze button's there for a reason, honey. Don't worry about it. Like I know yesterday Monday we're talking to Lindsay Sundin, and she's like, I never hit the snooze button. I'm like, oh, what do you think, you're better than me? I hit it like twice. No, but I also hit multiple alarms because I know it's hard for me to get up. So if I want to get up at 6:30, I need to set 6:10, 6:25, and then.
Anne, what about Anne? Like, I think that is so selfish for you to set multiple alarms when you are married.
And by the way, just so you know, I usually don't set the alarms because my kids wake me up first, but Anne sleeps through anything.
She does? It's because you wear her out. That's why you exhaust her.
Yeah. And she also, I let her sleep. Well, I don't let her sleep, but I mean, what I mean is like, when I say I let, like she sleeps in because I have to, you know, be down here to work by 8:30. So, you know, I'll wake her up at 8:15. So, you know, because she'll be with the boys all day. So I just, you know, she sleeps, she gets like 9 hours a night, and she needs it. Like I only need 6 hours and I'm playing.
Women
When I
do
wake up,
need more sleep than men do. They really do.
Yeah. So, you know, she's with the boys all day. That's a much tougher job than I have. I just sit here playing with technology all day. So it's like cry me a river, right? So you talked about one book that you're reading. Give us another book or some podcasts that might be interesting to people.
Okay. So I don't think I told you about okay. So The Power of Moments this is a book that I read it a few months ago. It's probably the best book I've read in 10 years. I'm all in on psychology, brain science, brain hacks. I love the science and math of things. If I can understand that, then the whole world makes sense to me, right? And this is that basically the gist of it is transitions. When somebody is transitioning, for an example, onboarding into Keller Williams, if you nail that, and you have a true world-class experience where they can experience their culture, our culture. So they leave on day one knowing that, okay, I'm home. This is where I was meant to be. They will never, ever, ever leave. And it's the science behind transitions, high moments and low moments, and what really makes a huge, huge difference in terms of service and sales. It's amazing. Power of Moments. Great.
Power of Moments.
I love it.
What are you reading now? Anything other than the local?
When I say just started, I mean, I've read 10 pages of Adam Grant's Give and Take. So our OP, Myra Oliver, whose book is coming out in September. I'm so excited. Myra! She probably sends me at like a podcast or book maybe a week. She walks 5 miles a day also. And so she's just listening away, right? So what I did finish a little while ago, I actually read it twice. Anybody watching the Last Dance?
I'm from Chicago.
Yes.
So I've heard about this. I don't really know what is it.
Are you joking? It's like one of the greatest leadership lessons in the entire universe.
The stories, like I'm not a basketball fan. I don't follow basketball.
Oh, is that the Michael Jordan one?
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome.
Where is it on
HBO? Welcome.
Is it on HBO? What channel is it on?
No, it's on ESPN and Netflix.
Sunday nights, they knock out 2 of them.
Okay. I'll binge it. I like to wait till it's over so I can watch it all.
It's so good. So Michael Jordan's trainer, Tim Grover, don't remember. He wrote a book called Relentless. That if you've read that one, have you? Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's a lot about just he's on a different planet. Michael Jordan is on a different planet.
Michael Jordan is like,
with no apologies.
The guy's not human. What? He's what?
With no apologies.
No, he's like, right. Whatever. I'm Michael Jordan. So you also read a bunch of blogs that motivate you. Hack a Day and Big Think. What are those? What can people find on those blogs, and what about them inspires you?
That's what I'm reading right now. I love. I mean, they're conversation starters, but everybody is interested in mini life hacks, right? I found there's nobody that's not interested in them. And so it's a way for me to be able to talk to people. This morning, for example, on Hack a Day. I haven't been reading this one for too long, maybe a few months, but there's a guy that he came up with, you know how Gary Keller has his, I forget what the machine is called, but he writes it and it projects it.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't know what it's called. I remember them from 5th grade.
I think it's called
it's like an overhead projector.
Yeah,
projector machine-y thing.
Yeah. So he came up with this little clothespin, a wire, and a small mirror. So when he's on a Zoom, he doesn't like using like the whiteboard and a stylus. So he positions it in such a way that you can see his desk and him writing on one half, and you can see his face on the other. And it's completely clear. It's awesome. And we're going to do that today. Like, it's just those little hacks. They just make me happy. They just make me happy. I love them. That one's awesome. Big Think is just it's leaders. It's a collection of leaders talking about what they're doing, really. So, a lot of the same content is kind of all over the internet. But Hackaday is just fun.
I should check those out.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
it's
too, 'cause
very.
I love like useless knowledge and tips and tools, and I'm obsessed with it. So Hackaday is going to be on my reading list.
It's
Basically,
very
Hackaday is like for MacGyvers.
kinda. Yeah. Kinda. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I love it.
Caryn was telling me she wants to know what inspires you. You want to ask her?
Yeah.
We
What
were
inspires
doing
you?
this, like she was like sending a message to my mind.
Yes. Yeah. So.
What?
Well, so leaders mostly now. There are there are certain ones that are really, really special to me, like Mel Robbins is one of them. I took a course from her probably about 4 years ago called The Power of You. And she's so hard on herself, but she wanted to continue to add more value to the 1,200 people that took this course. And so she said, why don't y'all come out to Vegas whoever wants to, in a week from now. And I ended up sitting in a room with her and about 20 other people for 5 hours, maybe. And she gave me this mantra. We all got to ask her one question and be coached by Mel Robbins. And she gave me a mantra. We'll stay in culture. That's why I covered this up. But
People are
Oh,
morons.
I love it.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's from when I
Pretty
started
funny.
my contract to close company, and I loved setting up the business. I loved marketing and branding, and then it was time to get customers, and that was a block for me. That was a real struggle. And so she gave me a mantra. So people that lead with heart, I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that for me. And many mantras. So the great Gene Rivers led our ALC retreat this year, and on the leadership day, on the first day, I don't remember what we were talking about, but me, our director of productivity, and my MCA were talking to Gene about something that we had to scramble and get done. And he looked at me and he said, "Oh, you're the team leader?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Oh, you'll get it done." And that sticks in my brain when I think I can't figure it out. That reminds me that everything is figure outable, right? So Gene doesn't know he did that for me, but I should tell him.
That's one of my favorite phrases is everything is figure outable.
There.
Hey, Jessie, when we were talking, because Jessie and I are doing a class on Friday called The Greatest Facebook Ad Campaign Ever.
It's the campaign. It's the GOAT of campaigns.
Yeah, we the Zoom is filled up, but we'll stream it to Command Your Conversion so everyone can watch it. But when we were talking, she was telling me how all these different businesses that she was running before she was TL, and you just mentioned your transaction to close. Yeah. So you still have that? I can't remember if you still have that. Caryn, you have one of those too, right? Yeah, you guys share that in common.
No, I don't. No. I leverage it. I got other stuff.
Oh, sorry. So Jessie has a TC company.
Yeah, we just brought it back. We were really talented TC. We brought it to the market center. I mean, for agents that want to utilize it, makes a little bit of money for the market center. It's I love the care and I love the business of working contracts, and what a beautiful marriage that can be for the salesperson and the contract to close person. They say, "Here you go. Tell me when to be at closing," and they do their thing. Like they do their high level customer service and contract thing, and it makes the salesperson go do income generating things. I love it.
That's awesome.
It's fun. So we're bringing that back. We're starting that again. But I've worked with brokerages all over Texas. There's a huge need for talented.
There is. I mean, think about it. 75% of our agents are individual agents. And so to be able to have that leverage and not have the obligation to hire somebody is a huge win-win. All right. Hey, Nick, I got to jump off, because.
Oh, you got to go? Okay. I have one more question for Jessie. I know. Caryn,
okay. I want to hear it because I love her too.
Okay. The question is, and this was another thing we were talking about, your retention during the pandemic.
Yeah.
When you told me about it, it's very impressive. Can you just tell us really quickly how that's been and what you've been doing to keep people engaged in your market center.
It's the thing that I'm most proud of. My coach, my awesome maps coach, Susan Venters, asked me what am I most proud of, and during COVID, and I said it's really our retention because of our relationships with people. It really honestly started out of scarcity when we went home. We got on the phones, and it's just every day we just go down the roster, just keep going down the roster, keep going down. I think we went through our database of our 200 agents 3 times a week with our small staff, and we lost one knucklehead. He'll be back, but
yeah, but
I always say don't throw out your signs if we want him back.
But you only lost him like right at the very end, right before Texas opened back up. So it was like right, but he also went to his parents own a mom and pop. So it's not like, he left to go work for a competitor. I mean, he went to work with family, but still the fact that you were able to retain every single person and keep them engaged, that's really hard for those people that aren't team leaders. That's really hard to do.
It's 100% the staff here, 100% them. They deepened their relationships with people by asking just specific care call questions, right? So there were a few people we talked to that were ready to quit the business, and now they have 8 pendings. And I mean, there was a lot that happened, and it's 100% because of I have a servant-hearted leadership staff. They're amazing.
Yeah. Well, Jessie, I know Caryn's got to jump off. I got to jump off too. But hey, Friday at 11 Eastern, jump into the command group and watch the greatest Facebook ad campaign ever. And if you register 10 Eastern,
Jessie, we will see you everywhere.
10 Eastern, 9 Central. Jessie and I, just be ready for it. If you're registered on Zoom, obviously you won't miss it. But it's been amazing. And I have people on these calls that Caryn doesn't know so she can make friends. So I hope that you guys will be friends now.
Yeah.
I love you, Caryn. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Every person he's had on, I'm like, oh, I love them too. Oh, I love them too. So awesome. Jessie, you told my Oliver I said hi, I love her very much too. Okay.
I'll do it.
Bye, everyone.
Love y'all. See you soon, Nick.
Bye.